Welcome back. So let's begin. I don't know about you, but I always find it easy to start on my kitchen counter. Basically, I think it's because it's eye level and it's something that I can see can make a drastic change. So let's start. Is your kitchen counter full of things that you put there, or you're wondering how they got there and why? And are you the one that put them there? Did someone else put them there and you've allowed them to take up the space? And because of that, it may have paralyzed you just to take action to continue to do other things in your home, right? But the kitchen is the center of everything. So I don't know about you, but when I come home from a long day and I've been busy, I like to have a clean area that is clutter free. So I can right away know, number one, I already knew what I was going to prepare for dinner, and I automatically have the prep space to start. But there's so many other times that I found that I almost have to clean the kitchen before I can make a mess of the kitchen. Does that make sense to you? Have you ever heard that? I know I'm not the only one that says that or is going to say that again. But this is the thing. Sometimes I realize this is what I have to do. I'm going to ask you to look around in your kitchen counter, and I am going to ask you to take everything off. Put it on your kitchen table or whatever you use to gather your family or just you sit and eat. Put it on your table. Then this is what I do, and I'm sure you're going to do this too. If you go through all the trouble to clear it all off, you're obviously going to take the next step to clean it all off, right? But make sure that you dry it before you decide to put things back, because there have been occasions that we were rushed and we put things on the counter, and that in itself became a science discovery. So dry it off. Then I want you to sit and take that extra time to think about things. Make yourself a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whichever you prefer, whatever you prefer to drink. And then look. As you look at your kitchen counter and as you look at what your kitchen table has on it, put something back on the counter that you have chosen to put there, either because it's pretty or because it's functional and you prefer to have that out at all times. Now, some people decide even functional things, they have a specific place to put it. And some people are fantastic at doing that. I, on the other hand, even if I had a place to do it sometimes, I don't always do it. But it's okay. We all have our quirks. So as you proceed to nicely put things back on the counter, and then look back and say, is this going to be functional for me? Can I keep this up? And do I want to move things around? Or have I put too much back? If I have put too much back, I want to take a little bit more off and put it back on the table. Keep playing with it until it is exactly how you feel you want it to be. And you know what? I've decided that a lot of times in the kitchen, it depends on my mood. So if I'm in a mood to really clear things out, that's the time for me to work in my kitchen. So whatever you have left on your table, I'm going to ask you this. Is it something that you can give away, or is it something that you're going to decide to put away for a while? Now that you've thought about it, is there a possibility that the things that you've decided to keep and put away can make it back onto that kitchen counter? You see, it's kind of funny how when we just put things away out of sight, somehow something always comes back, right? It always seems to creep back in. I know, all right, He's probably not going to like it, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. My husband has this thing about posties on my kitchen counter. Okay. Now, I always say to him, you have a desk. Why don't you use it? He goes, yeah, but it's right in front of me. And I know as long as it's right in front of me, I'm going to complete the task. But if I put it in my office on my desk, then I'm not going to see it every day, every morning, the task won't be completed. I'll forget. Or I'll just choose not to do it. And I thought about that, and I was like, there's something to be said. As much as I don't like the things on my kitchen counter, I understood where he was coming from. Because if we put things away, we don't get back to them. Or they creep in, and we don't have any understanding as why they're still creeping in. So think about that. And is there something in your life that you don't understand, that you have emotionally gone through time and time and time again, but for some reason you just can't get rid of it? You just can't do it. So you put it away for another time, or you think it's just never going to be dealt with again. And if that's the case, maybe you've made the wrong choice. Maybe you need to bring it back out, readdress it, and say, okay, it's time to get rid of it. Think about all these things. As I said before in the first introduction, keep your notebook handy and an open heart, and make sure you're writing things down with that beautiful pen. Okay. The kitchen counter is clear. The kitchen counter has everything on it now that you want to keep there. Did you leave a clear space for prep? Or did you just allow the clutter to reaccumulate? Or you took those steps only to put everything back that you had there in the first place because you didn't want to do the work to figure out what to do with it? Many things, you see, that the kitchen and trauma and reclaiming have in common. I think you already can see where we're going to go with this, but there are a few things that are going to happen that's going to be a twist that you're not going to think of. So your action step in this one is pick one physical thing to give away and pick one emotional thing to be able to begin how to get rid of. Which one emotional step do you think that you can start to open the doors to consider getting rid of? Okay, I'll meet you over at the next video. Bye.